The Voice of One Overcomers Club presents a 15-minute feature, Kingdom Drive, designed to teach, mobilize, and liberate, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children and the hearts of the children to the fathers, to make ready our people prepared for effective and efficient living in today's society as the salt and light to which we have been called, leaders and not chameleons. Be it resolved, the heart of our problem is a problem of the condition of the human heart. Join us every first, third, and fifth Thursday at 3:15 p.m. Contact us at 679-6747 or write to us at PO Box 2295, Shogunas. Good afternoon, listeners. Reflect on today's society, dear listeners. Reflect on the institutions of administration, the institutions of law, the institutions of learning, the institutions of religions, and the institutions of the home. Is it a reflection of God's love, or is it a reflection of the God of this age? I have identified for you a number of socialization agents and institutions. Except for a remnant, most of us are products of the identified institutions of socialization. What is of great concern is the continuum of the cycle of rebelliousness, ignorance, the vicious cycle that feeds on fear, illusion, and falsehood. We are aware of the impact, our transference, knowingly or unknowingly, of the values upon and within the lives of the future generation, our children, the leaders of tomorrow. What are we feeding them? We are what we eat. Are we eating bread alone, and so feeding them only bread? What of the word? What of the principles? Without looking at our inputs, which have created what we are witnessing, we are now talking tough and desiring new policies and enhanced security systems. We are the ones that have transferred skewed values and principles that have fostered the identities, the character, and career choices of our youth. And they have learnt well. The behavior, attitude, and ambition of the citizens of this nation have been soaked up well by our youth, and now it's being played back to us on autopilot. How quickly and easily it is to imitate deception and deceit for the sole purpose of self-aggrandizement. Greed and emotions have made us very reactive. We are driven by our emotional state. We should be driven by critical reflection of the consequences of our choices, ensuring that our future actions and goals are derivatives of this evaluative process, guided by vision, purpose, clearly understood. Unfortunately, we function on the concept of just do it, taking no thought of the consequences. Because we have failed to fully utilize the processes of self-reflection, we are not conscious of the impact of this emotional limbic state of functioning that it has on our nation's youth. This observation fostered the development of this dynamic national campaign, Leaders Are Not Chameleons, under the umbrella, the Kingdom Drive. This campaign is designed to teach, mobilize, and liberate, to turn the hearts of the fathers to their children and the hearts of the children to their fathers. It is evident that today's reality is the sum of actions, decisions, and occurrences that happened in our unchangeable past. These actions and decisions are derivatives of the values and principles that have been transferred to us and embraced by us, confirming that the problems we face today are problems of the condition of the human heart. Hearts that were socialized within the very first and greatest institution of socialization, the home. Be it resolved, the leaders of our institutions of governance, administration, religion, commerce are products of homes. Their behavior, attitudes, and leadership styles is a reflection of the values, the culture that was transferred to them by their parents and institutions of learning like the school and religious organizations that they attended and are affiliated to. Their character have been shaped and fashioned by these three key institutions of socialization. Do you see the need to change perceived, imagined, or real strongholds that impacts our society and our lives? Then we must critically and with a spiritual eye of discernment evaluate our methods of parenting, teaching, mentoring, and the leadership styles of our leaders and those striving for positions of power. It is evident that because of weak, inappropriate, and absent fatherly leadership in key institutions of socialization, we are reaping the whirlwind of corruption, oppression, and skewed perspectives. I truly thank God for the mothers who have done great jobs on their own. But that was not God's intention or design. Parents, biological and spiritual, you are privileged. Lo, children are a heritage of the Lord. You are blessed by God. This privilege, this blessing, have great expectations, great responsibilities. Long before the establishment of institutions like governance, administration, and teaching, God ordained the home, commanding the first couple in the recreation to be fruitful and multiply, to subdue the earth and rule the world for Him. Home is where parents rear children. They are supposed to do so in the nature and admonition of the Lord. Deuteronomy chapter 6 verses 4 to 9. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. And the words which I command you today shall be in your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your homes, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. You shall bind them as signs on your hands, and they shall be as frontlets between your eyes. You shall write them on your doorposts of your house and on your gates. It is clear that the home is where we are supposed to learn of God, where we learn of our interactions in relationships. It is in the home we are supposed to learn to honor mother and father and persons in authority. The home is the world within the world, a kingdom within the kingdom. However, always be cognizant of the potential impact of the other two institutions of socialization, the institution of religion and the institution of learning. At our facility, the National Center for Learning and Psychosocial Support, we provide an excellent wrap-around service aimed at developing the whole person. As some would say, we foster and facilitate holistic development. We have learned and have experienced true education, which is moral, social, intellectual, and spiritual instruction. We now stimulate, foster, and facilitate the development of personal responsibility, integrity, and discipline, aimed at enhancing the competence and self-confidence of kingdom citizens. We have been called and chosen to be different, not obnoxious and distracting, but called to be salt of the earth and the light of the world. Matthew 5:13. Being called the salt of the earth means our duty, our responsibility is to serve as preservatives, God's substance for stopping and preventing moral decay. Contaminated salt, like a contaminated Christian, is poisonous. As light, we are to warn of danger, direct to the path of safety, provide hope for the lost. Every day, we are surrounded by people injuring their hearts in the darkness, separated from the God that loves them, that the love that is unconditional. Why not let God use you as a beacon of light to show others the way to Him? As beacons of light and the salt of the earth, one of our areas of expertise is working with youth, preparing them for successful transition from primary school to college, established on firm foundations. Over the years, we have seen children rise from delinquency and failure to moral character and success. We have seen potential recognized and action steps taken that brought global recognition. We have seen teachers and community leaders look on in amazement as rejects became cornerstones. Our boast is in God, who inspires our methods that empowers individuals to overcome challenges and achieve their desired goals. For example, reflecting on secondary entrance assessment records over the years, it is truly a privilege to have worked with children who succeeded when it was not expected. In 2014, one of our star performers who got her second choice was in the first 25% of students who wrote and achieved. In 2015, students with whom we worked, they achieved their second choice school and were in the first 30%. In 2017, our students achieved their first school of choice and they are in the first 10% of students who achieve. Their percentile rank is upward of 90%. We have had the privilege of working with these children from Standard 3, which is the ideal standard and age for persons to enroll their child into our SEA after-school mentorship program known as Project Blossom. It is really an honor to know that we had been given the opportunity to contribute towards those children's success. We are confident that positive nation building is alive in networking, that is driven by understanding and envisioning the bigger picture, and this is driven by the God kind of love. The Voice of One Overcomers Club presents a 15-minute feature, Kingdom Drive, designed to teach, mobilize, and liberate, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children and the hearts of the children to the fathers, to make ready a people prepared for effective and efficient living in today's society as the salt and light to which we have been called, leaders and not chameleons. Be it resolved, the heart of our problem is a problem of the condition of the human heart. Join us every first, third, and fifth Thursday at 3:15 p.m. Contact us at 679-6747 or write to us at PO Box 2295, Chaguanas.